All right, I'd like to welcome in Paula Creamer, Rolex Rankings number 11. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks
All
for having
right,
me.
you've gotten off to a pretty good start this year. Some good starts the past two events. Talk about just the state of your game, how you're feeling. Obviously, it's been a storyline with the accident and your health. So just tell us how you're feeling coming into this week.
I feel pretty good with the way that things are kind of going about, especially on the golf course. After the accident in Thailand, it was pretty bad. I don't really talk about it that much. It's not something that, brings warm and fuzzies back. It's still hard for me to get into a car, and especially when someone else drives, it's very, I don't watch, my head's always down. And, it was my first major accident that I've ever been in. Hopefully nobody has to go through it, but people that have been through it, they understand it's kind of it's a long process. But I have my vertebrae is a little bit out of place, two discs that just aren't falling into the right place, and it's kind of been causing me some pain. But, we're getting through it. I've had a lot of help with the physio. I've had to kind of limit the amount of balls that I hit here and there, really just concentrating on, when I'm there, really working. It's more about the things that go into it than the amount of balls that I hit. But other than that, my golf swing has really changed a lot for the better. My scores are a lot more consistent right now, and I changed my putter at the end of the year, so last year, and went back to my 2-ball that I started out here with, and just to get back to confidence. I've won with it several times, and just wanted to go back to kind of basics.
You have said you've kind of cut back on the practice, but then in Singapore you said barely practiced, and went out and had a third place. Has that changed anything kind of going into the next couple events?
Definitely.
Okay.
It really has. It's funny how unfortunate accidents, things like that, kind of change the way you look about. Normally I still am going to be practicing and hitting and putting and chipping and all of that, but the amount of time actually spent, you need to really just do what you need to do and kind of get out of there. And we've played so many these golf courses so many times, and not a lot has changed. And this golf course is obviously new, so I had to play. I played 18 holes yesterday and then 9 holes today. But it's kind of more, I do my work at home, and then when I get to a tournament, really just focus on the course.
Talk about the course this week. New track. What are your thoughts? Some people say it's going to be a cool ending. Someone said the 18th is a pretty good setup. What's your overall thoughts?
I think it's a great golf course. I think, the fairways are very generous, but, obviously these are huge greens, but you have to hit it in the right section or else you're going to have some impossible putts out there. But I think that the par threes are some of the most beautiful par threes that I've seen. The flowers, everything that they've done, it's really it's a fun golf course. I played with the president this morning, and President On, and he was saying every hole has its own little unique characteristic, and it's true. There's no hole that's the same, and that's pretty nice when you're a golfer and you can go out and every hole requires something different.
Awesome. Obviously a storyline this week. Stacey taking over number one. You guys, you especially being one of the top Americans, have been asked so many times, what's wrong with American golf? What's the American women doing? What does that say for you guys as a collective group, and kind of shut up the critics, I guess you can say, but for you guys as a collective group, besides Stacey sitting at number one?
No, I think it was obviously a matter of time. Stacey's been playing so well the last year and a half, and with Yanni, Yanni's still, she's always right in the mix. I know she hasn't quite had the start that she's wanted to, but we're there. We've always have been there. American golf. Obviously, we're looked a little bit more upon because we do play in the States. This is our home, and we all want Americans to do well. However, if it wasn't for half the tour out there, we wouldn't. The bar would stay the same, and everybody's elevating each other. And like I said, Stacey is playing the best golf right now, and she deserves that spot, and it's fun. It's fun to watch, and my goals have always been number one American and number one player in the world, and I've played a lot of golf with her lately, and it's very motivating, and it's fun. It's nice to see your fellow American do well out there, but also improve my game.
what kind of hype you think that's kind of bringing into Solheim? I know it's a little far off. It's in August, but to say that, hey, that's my teammate.
Yeah.
How are your feelings going into this year being a Solheim Cup year?
No, I mean, we're so excited. I mean, I can speak for, some of the girls. We've done some dinners and things like that, and we want that cup back so bad. And for me, that's the highlight. That week is, there's nothing like it. I love representing my country. I love wearing red, white, and blue, and being on a team is something that we don't get to do very often. And when you're battling against these girls every week, and then for just this 1 week, we come together and playing in front of the fans and everything, there's nothing like it. And I think we are so motivated, having Meg as our captain. We're really looking forward to it, and I think that there's going to be a really strong team out there.
Good. Any questions for Paula? Anyone ask any questions? All right, well, I want to touch on one last thing. Last week, you got the chance to do the Twitter takeover. Kind of cool thing Golf Channel has been starting and is continuing this year. What was that like to be able to really connect with fans on TV, through Twitter, through the LPGA account? What are your thoughts on that and the opportunity to do that?
No, I think it's great. I think Twitter has actually been a wonderful thing for just people in general, but for athletes also, because there are questions there that you ask that we don't get asked in normal interviews. And I think it's good to be able to tell people what you do, where you're going, and kind of living the life that we live. I mean, I feel like I have the luckiest job in the world, being able to travel all the world. However, it's not as glamorous as it looks. And through Twitter, you can kind of show what you're doing. And being able to do it on Golf Channel was actually really neat. It was fun, and being able to have your fans and your followers ask you a question, and literally you answer it to the camera. I think that's neat, and hopefully it continues.
They knew it was you. It wasn't somebody
It's me.
else
I
doing
Twitter. I promise it's me.
What was the one question maybe that caught you off guard, or one that stuck out that was surprising? Or
I always get asked to get married. Everybody's asking me to marry. Will you marry me? Will you marry? And I'm like, I don't even know you. You have to ask my dad first.
Oh my gosh, we'll work on that. And then last night, another cool off-course thing you were involved in. Golf Channel again hosted a photo video shoot that got a lot of the players involved. Glammed you up. You had the makeup, hair done, dress, heels. How's that, I guess, in terms of showcasing the tour, showcasing you guys off the course? I know that's something at the LPGA we kind of try to pry on, because you are a person outside of your hat and golf clothes. What did you get to do there? Explain that to us a little bit.
Well, it was great. It was so much fun. Everybody, you come in, you get your hair, your makeup done, like you said, and just showing a little bit of your own personality. I love fashion, so whenever it comes to getting your hair and your makeup done and wearing a pretty dress and heels, I'm all for it. But just to show us, we are females, just because we're athletes, we're all very feminine, and, we all, like I said, we all have our own little personalities and characteristics like everybody does. And to show that on camera you don't get to see it a lot. So it was great. Even, being with the girls at the same time, signing a mirror with lipstick. I mean, there's not many times that you get to do that. And, it's just showing that, there is a little bit more to us than hitting a ball in a 4-inch hole.
Absolutely. All right, well, good luck this week. I think that's it.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
Yep, no worries. Thank you.
Thanks.